In this video, we're going to look at how Paul George's third quarter barrage saved the Clippers' season in Game 5. Game 5, season on the line for the Los Angeles Clippers. They're down 3-1, and they need a big-time performance out of Paul George. Well, they get it. He scores 41 points, but 20 of them come in the third quarter, and that's what we're going to look at because that third quarter barrage was absolutely mind-blowing. This first play that we're going to look at is a nice indication of why the third quarter went so well for Paul George, because as he gets the ball here, he's going to notice he's cross-matched against DeAndre Ayton. This is a mismatch in Paul George's favor. Now, normally he settled for threes, but he realizes he can get to the rim, so as he drives, he ducks and dips around Ayton, is able to get into the teeth of the lane, gets to the rim, and has a very nice finish at the rim. Paul George is an entirely different animal offensively when he's aggressive going to the hoop. He's done it very well this postseason. It's probably been his best trait as an offensive player this postseason, is driving to the rim, either drawing fouls or finishing around the rim. He's been very good at it. As we end up running this play forward, we're going to notice that Paul George is going to Iverson cut across the nail to the left wing. And as the ball gets rotated across, what ends up happening is Jay Crowder jumps out to the wrong side here, and George is going to attack this closeout. He gets downhill. DeAndre Ayton has to respect Nicholas Batum in the corner, so he dives back, allows George to get to the lane. George feels the contact from Crowder, gets the and one to finish, and the Clippers lead again. When you get to the rim, you're able to get into a rhythm, and that's what we're going to see here from PG. High screen being set here by Patrick Beverley. This forces a switch from Phoenix. Clippers, as we all know, if you follow the channel for a while, you know they love their small pick and rolls, and they're 5-out offense right now. And Marcus Morris is going to set the screen. He's going to slip it, and this is going to force Crowder to switch on to PG. As PG drives, he's going to hard plant, come back into a behind the back, into the step back three. As he fades, this is not a great shot fading, but it's one now that George is comfortable with. Probably the highlight play for Paul George in this game, as we've all seen the highlight now. Here's how it actually happens. Beverly's going to set a screen against Bridges, which forces Paul to get switched onto George. Paul George is just going to shrug Chris Paul right off. Boom, there goes Chris Paul tumbling. PG gets an open three. Wide open shot for him. Bangs it home. Clippers up by 9. This is a really interesting one because Patrick Beverley's going to act like he's setting a screen, but he's slipping through, and this forces Cam Payne to get switched onto Paul George, a smaller defender now. Batum's going to set the screen here against Payne. Payne goes under. We're going to notice that Ayton is tracked back at the elbow because he's in drop, which is going to allow George to be free to rise and fire from 3. No contest, open 3, nothing but net. First off on this play, let me just say I have no idea why Abdel Nader's in the game. This is bad process. High screen set by Boogie Cousins, a nice screen. PG's going to come off of it. Hard plant into the crossover against Nader, and we're going to see the space that he generates here as he goes up to shoot. Nader is contesting, but there's nothing he can do on this play. Paul George is just red hot. Final play we're going to look at, once again, Abdel Nader's on PG, not sure why. High screen being set by Cousins, but Nader actually does a solid job of getting over the top, but watch what PG does. Bam, hard plant, goes into the 3. We're going to notice that Nader tries to navigate the space. He can't. It's a great look. PG bangs it home. His third quarter was absolutely incredible on all fronts.